right now, I would like to bring up California State Senator Richard Penn. Richard, it's your turn.
Thank you, Mina, and ni hao. Unfortunately, I can't continue in Mandarin. And the reason for that is because my parents, when they immigrated over, when I started elementary school, actually spoke Mandarin. And my teachers said, no, you should only teach them English. So, but that was back then, right? We don't need to go backwards. And I want to talk a little bit about that. So, because as I heard the introductions here, we heard from Congresswoman and from Congressman, and then from our chair of APLH. Many of us are the first, right? We're Chinese Americans, and we're the first to hold elected positions in our areas. I'm the first Chinese American, Asian American to actually represent Sacramento, where the railroad started 150 years ago, and they brought Chinese immigrants in to build the railroad. 150 years later, I'm the first state legislator to represent Sacramento. And so our community has had to struggle for a very long time to even get many of our own community to represent us in our elected offices. And so when I talk about being sure we continue to move forward and not move backwards, that's why I'm here to support the Biden-Harris ticket, because Donald Trump wants us to go backwards. When he talks about with his racist rhetoric about COVID and other things, when he talks about make America great again, America is great, but his version of that, unfortunately, is talking about moving backwards. And let's talk about the things that he hasn't done and the things that Biden-Harris will do. So I'm a doctor, right? My parents immigrated, their son became a doctor. Why did I run for elected office? Because as a doctor, I saw how important it was to move the policies. As a doctor, I can only do so much. What happens when someone doesn't have health care and they don't have coverage? I can tell them to go see the surgeon for the operation or prescribe the medication, but they can't afford to fill it. And you know what? President Obama and Joe Biden, they got us the Affordable Care Act so that people could have, especially people who already have pre-existing conditions. But Donald Trump has done everything he could to take it away. And right now he's pushing a Supreme Court justice to get the Supreme Court to do his dirty work because he couldn't get even a Republican Congress to go along with that, to take away our healthcare, the healthcare we need to keep our families healthy. And when a pandemic shows up, does he set the example for the American people in terms of how to combat this pandemic? Does he wear his mask and keep his distance? What so many of us are doing to try to limit the spread of this disease? No, he actually has a super spreader event in the White House, but yet he has the audacity to blame our community essentially by calling it the China virus and Kung flu and encourage the supporters to do so, making us the targets while he spreads the disease. That is not right. Joe Biden is not afraid of his, frankly, toddler taunts that, oh, look at him wearing a mask because he's weak. No, wearing a mask is showing you're strong. And you see Joe Biden, Kamala Harris wearing their masks, having appropriate events to go and send their message out. And that is why we as Chinese Americans need to support and go out and vote for Biden-Harris, because they care about our community and they show it through their actions. Donald Trump and Mike Pence do not. And so we need to be sure our voices are heard, because when we think about the Chinese American community, we could vote a lot more than we do. All right. So this is the year to show, like, we will not go backwards. We don't want to go back to a time when we didn't have people representing us, when people like myself couldn't speak Chinese because we were told not to. All right. And other types of things. We need to move forward where we have healthcare, we have opportunities for education, where we will defeat this virus, where we have equal opportunities for our businesses and our children, and then our seniors will be taken care of. So thank you so very much. Let's be sure we have a strong showing of Chinese Americans for Biden-Harris.
Thank you, California State Senator Dr. Penn.